Okay, this video right here, man, it's gonna be about my transcripts, man, that I got back, man, finally, and where my dad fucking blatantly lied, and because it's pretty much over racial shit, man. He's a closet racist. He didn't like the way I was raising Jaden, and Jaden called him or said that was told him he was pretty much told him he was a racist, and he was ashamed of him. And quit wanting to do things with him and stuff. And then he wanted to kick me out because we were arguing over that because he kept saying the N-word a few times around Jaden and stuff. And just trying to talk Jaden against what I was trying to teach Jaden and how I wanted to raise Jaden not to view that anymore, not to hate, and that black people, man, had been wrong so bad that they should get reparations and about the injustices and how the police have been killing them. And Jaden's ready to rock. Jaden ready to protest. He's ready to roll with it, man. And Dad's talking him against, telling me I'm crazy, blah 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 blah, right? And to the point he was gonna kick me out. And I said, well, look, I ain't got nowhere to go but the mountains, man, right now. And don't make me do that because I got a guy, a friend of mine, a real good friend. I can go there and get a job and everything, and boom, I'm good. I don't want to take him away from you like that, Bruce, but god dang, what? So then he goes and does this out of fear of that. Here we go. This is the ex parte emergency temporary custody order that was given out. And right here, let's see if you can read this, man. The defendants have acted in a matter which is inconsistent with their status as natural parents of the child. Okay, but let me go up one thing right here. Here it is. The plaintiff, which is my dad, Bruce, piece of shit, has cared for the child for the past 6 years. That is a fucking lie. The plaintiff has provided a home, food, clothing, medical attention, and education for the child. Lie. Not 6 years. And the 2 years that we were there in the home, I was with him. I was with Jaden. I took care of Jaden. Bruce helped. He did. Food? No. The child, my son didn't want to live with his mom. He wanted to live with me. Not that he didn't want to live with his mom. He wanted to live with me. So she gave me the food stamp card, which was her food stamps on there and Jaden's, for me to use or allow Bruce to buy groceries to help out, since me and Jaden was staying with Bruce. Clothing? No. He bought some Walmart shit. Me and Lisa, Jordans, Under Armour, Adidas, Nike. We bought all his clothes. Every one of them. Medical attention, he had Medicaid. Medicare, whichever one's for the kids and shit, man. One of them's for the old people. Anyway, he had that in Lisa's name. Bruce did take him to some of his doctor's appointments because I have no license. No driver's license. I drove a little bit here and there. I would drive, but I'm not trying to drive a whole lot with Jaden with me because we got pulled. That'd be a bad situation. Okay? And he was staying with me. So therefore, that's how that went down. And an education for the child. I did his homework with him every night. Did his homework. Bruce did go to the schools, handle shit like that, because he asked could he. Lisa handled it, or the mother handled it the first 2 years when we were in Corinth. He was at Corinth Holder. So, anyway, it's all good. And then, let me show you something right here. Okay, remember he said 6 years, right? 6 years, and I done everything for him. Now we go to, this is the August the 10th hearing where they lied to me. I was never notified of the hearing, never got notice of the hearing at all. Nothing was sent to me, but you know how it go. Them motherfuckers are crooked. Let me see, man. Okay, here it is. He says, let me back out a little bit. My fault, guys. Okay. Let me come down. My fault, y'all. Okay. Boom. You've had Jaden, as we call him, and you've taken care of Jaden for how many years? Bruce answers, off and on, probably ever since he's been born. Bruce would not even keep the child for a few hours until he was potty trained, because Bruce will not change a diaper. Okay? That's out the gate. Man, this man's lied through his fucking teeth, dude. The lawyer says, okay, 6 or 7 years, right? Then he starts telling how we lived in a damn trailer for 3 years or so, but he still had to be the one who went and got Jaden and took him to school and shit. And then we got evicted. We didn't have a ride to start. We didn't have a car. There was a few mornings we lived down a path that he was walking up the path and the school bus didn't wait on him, blew it and just took off and left. And there was probably maybe 4 times that Bruce had to come down in the morning and get him to school. Of course, he didn't have to go back and get him because he rode his bus. And then there was a few times where Bruce asked could he take him to school and asked could he go pick him up because he liked doing that kind of shit. And we thought it was cool because it's his granddad, and we allowed him to do that. Then we got a car. We never called Bruce for that shit again, because if we did miss the bus in the mornings, we took him on the car. And the child lived with you? Now go back to the question. He says, the question was, he asked him, Jaden, he had taken care of Jaden for how many years? He says ever since he was born. Then the lawyer says, okay, 6 or 7 years. He talks that bullshit right there. Then he said, and the child lived with you? Like the child lived with him during the time that we were living somewhere, we were living in Middlesex. He's been with me. Yes, sir. All right, how long has it been since we've seen the child's mama? Remember that question. Up here, it says, hold on. It says, court finds, okay, boom, 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 boom. The defendant mother has had no contact with the minor child, which is the subject of this action, in over 2 years. She has had at least, boom. So Bruce, on a sworn affidavit to get the ex parte, says that Lisa, the mother, has not seen the child, no contact, don't know where she's at or anything, for over 2 years. Now back to the August the 10th hearing, and right here, line 22. All right, how long's it been since we've seen the child's mama? Bruce answers, it's probably been about a month and a half. This is July the 27th. This is August the 10th. 2 weeks later, she's seen him a month and a half ago. But on the 27th, to get the ex parte, it's been over 2 years. What the motherfuck, man? What the motherfuck, man? Now, this is the permanent custody order right here. And the question is asked down at the bottom, how long has the child, or how long has he lived with you? Asking that to Bruce. And Bruce says, remember he said all of his life off and on, or then he said 6 and 7 years. Bruce says, for the past 2 years. Line 1, page 2, for the last 2 years or so. And the or so would be as of July the 27th. That was about 2 years. And it's drug out. This is February the 9th. So you add fucking August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, that's the and so, because he got temporary custody. So, of course, he had been with him that time. But 2 years, right here. He says, for the last 2 years. Which is true. He had stayed with Bruce in Bruce's home for the last 2 years. But so was I. I was there every day. Every fucking day. So he was living with me. Jaden was living with me. And we were living at Bruce's. Bruce didn't have that kid. I was there every day. He did things for the kid. He helped me out because I am blind. But I was there every day, man. Every freaking day, man. Here's another one. Of course, you know he's already said that it was a month and a half. And on this one, he also goes with, I think, another month and a half or 2 months. But see, oh yeah, a month ago. But see, had been from August the 10th till February the 9th. And she was seeing him once a month through all this time. And that's what Bruce says. But on the ex parte, right here, let me zoom it in. It was, the mother has had no contact with the minor child in over 2 years. Okay. I think it's line 10. Line 10, question. Where is Lisa Parker? The last, I don't know. It's somewhere in Willow Springs. She lives around Willow Springs with her mama. Do you have an address for Lisa Parker? No, sir. That is a lie. He knew exactly where she lived. Hell, when me and Lisa split up and moved her mom and everything, I didn't know the address. And Bruce, by taking Jaden back and forth and helping me out, because me and Lisa won't get along, so I didn't ride, Bruce gave me the address. 11, I think it's 11216 Widget Lane, Willow Springs. Bruce knew it, and I'll prove it that he knew it. Because later, it says on line 15, he asked, you don't know exactly where she is, right? And Bruce answers, other than the last time we were there, it was Willow Springs. So Bruce, if he was there, he knows where the residence is at. He knows where she's living. He knows the address. Plus he has her phone number. She was never notified because they claimed they didn't know where she was at. She wasn't at this hearing because she never got notified. Has Lisa Parker had any contact with Jaden in the past? They've spelled his fucking name wrong. It's Jaydyn, you fuckhead. In the last couple of years. Lately, yes, sir. Lately, my ass. Lately, my ass. She didn't see him as much as she wanted to. But she's seen him. And as far as money goes, her way of making up for not being able to see him was she was buying pretty much any damn thing he wanted. Because she left me for some dude that had a lot of money, dude. You know what I mean? That's word. Lately, yes, sir. Lately, the understanding I got, we saw her probably about a month ago. May have been less than a month. And she bought him a brand new pair of shoes. Actually, it was a $150 pair of Jordans that she bought him. And she's been coming around once in a while when he would let her, because he won't let her come see him over there. He won't let her. When you say once in a while, Bruce, how often is that? Well, she ain't seen him since she bought him the $150 pair of shoes, and that was probably about 3 weeks ago. She's seen him every month, man. She's seen him one or 2 days every month. Taking him out to eat, bringing him clothes, all that. And let's not forget that she gave up her food stamp card with her money on it and Jaden's money together when I first went over there, which was 2 years. So you say she got $355 a month times 24 months. She over $8,500 she contributed to the grocery bill, and he said she hadn't done nothing in the ex parte in 2.5 years. And then right here, he admits about the food stamp card. Let's see. Hasn't been the only thing she gave was food stamps that was hers to help. But then I had, Bruce answers the question what she had provided with help with money or anything. And he says he got the food stamp card. And then he had it all changed in his name after he done the ex parte. I reckon he did. Hell, that was 2 years after she gave me the card to help out with. And I would let Bruce get it because he would go shopping, grocery shopping. And then he says, question, okay, how long ago did she do that? And Bruce says it's been about 4 or 5 months ago now. How much in food stamps? And then another question, how much in food stamps did she give you? Do you know? And Bruce says, well, I get $277 a month. He didn't even answer the goddamn question. He didn't even answer the question. And now the lawyer says, because she gave it to you one time, which would be $355, and only one time, she turned the food stamps over to you, right? As if to say the month before the ex parte, she gave Dad the food stamps, and then she goddamn come off of it when he got it, and he took it over because he had temporary custody. And he says she turned the card, yes. Wow. Before that, how much has she done to help Jaden financially, buying clothes or anything like that? Yeah, it might have been clothes. Man, me and Lisa bought him, he collected watches, right? We bought him, 5 or 6 watches, smart watch. I bought him a computer, she bought him a computer, game systems, games. She bought him a $300 bat. I bought him a $250 bat and a damn $100 wooden bat. Man, this shit is crazy, dude. This shit is crazy. And gave him $5, $10, $20 every time she'd see him. Because her dude, she had a lot of money, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. And that's what okay, then he says, what has she done? He starts talking about what he's done. Bruce starts talking about what he's done. He says, that's what you've done. But what has she done? What has she done financially? As I know of, there ain't been a whole lot. She bought him some clothes. She bought all the clothes and gave him $150 to go on a card for one time, and he went to fucking Walmart and bought some fucking clothes from Walmart, and it pissed us off so goddamn bad that we goddamn quit doing that, and we just got the clothes ourselves for him and shit, man. That's word. That's just a little bit of it, guys. That's just a little bit of it, man. Oh yeah, he says in here somewhere, I'll need to find it because god dang it, I don't want to say shit without it being in writing, man. I know this is kind of rough, man. I hope y'all can see this shit, man. Hold on. Oh yeah. Has Mr. Christopher Aycock provided any financial support for Jaden? No, sir. How long has it's been a while. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Wow. What's wrong with this man, dude? Man, I tell y'all what, dog. If it weren't for my son, and if I knew that, and if it weren't for my son, man, and the bond we got, I'd go and kill that piece of shit motherfucker right now, dude. I said it. You're goddamn right, I said it. He's got his day. He's coming. It's coming, dog. Because he going to wear this perjury charge. I mean, he blatantly said 2.5 years he hadn't seen her. She hadn't seen him. And 6 years that he had taken care of everything. Everything. Then says off and on a whole life. 6 or 7 years straight. Then over here, 2 years. And here on this one, and on this one, Lisa had seen the child within 3 weeks and within a month and a half. Only 2 weeks prior to this hearing, she hadn't seen the child in over 2.5 years. Didn't even know where she's at. She had abandoned the kid. That's Bruce's words. He contradicted his goddamn self, man. He's a fucking idiot. Oh, he thinks he's in there right now, but he don't know I got this shit right here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Where we at? But in the last year, how much has he given you? Answer, I couldn't say. I don't even have any idea. Check this out. I know we had about 300 or 300 in the money jar, and it got gone. That was Jaden's. Folks, that is a goddamn lie. Jaden's never had $300. He got some birthday money, about $135, and he was spending a little bit of it. And then me and Lisa, and Dad did put a couple of dollars in. He put his change in there. He threw his change in there. And then me and Lisa would always, when she come around, give him $20. And I would give him motherfucking 5 here, 4 here for doing shit, whatever. And I'll tell you the truth, he had about $150 or something like that. And I needed some money about something that came up, and I needed $100. And I asked Jaden, could I borrow $100 and I would pay him back? And I took $100 out of the jar, and then I paid him back all of it but $20. But he ended up getting that back later on. But I brought him back $80 until I get you the other 20, and I have done that since then. Jaden has never had $300 of his own money at one goddamn time. Never. Oh, he's got some concerns about me using drugs. Yes, sir. Let me tell you how concerned he is about somebody smoking marijuana. Now, let me tell you about how concerned he is. There's a man named Stacy, right? Dad's friend. He's my age, actually. But anyway, they ride horses together and shit. He's redneck racist motherfucker. I can't stand that piece of shit. But Stacy smokes weed all the time. Matter of fact, at some of the cookouts my dad's had, fish fries or whatever, Stacy will fire up a daggone bowl or fire up a joint right in front of Bruce, and right in front, all that smoking it. Some of us are smoking it. Dad knows he smokes every day. He smokes on the trail rides they have. But he's got a huge concern with me smoking weed. And why? Where's the ex parte at? Let's see where the ex parte's at here. What does it say about that? Oh, here we go. Because of the weed. There is an immediate danger of substantial bodily injury to the minor child if this order is not entered. Because I smoke weed. Because I smoke weed. Because I smoke weed. What the fuck? But yet, back to my point with Stacy, he takes Jaden and still let him stay with me on days that Jaden may not be in school, or Dad's got to work late, or maybe it's a situation where he needs a babysitter for the whole day or some of the day. He takes and leaves him with a man, and I ain't got no problem with it. as far as that goes, as far as the safety of him over there with him smoking. I don't like the fact that Stacy's goddamn racist as hell and tells racist jokes that my son came back and said to me, and he didn't really understand it. And he was like, I said, who said that joke? Who told you that? He's fucking racist, right? And then I put a stop to it because then Jane said it wasn't so bad over there except for all the cockroaches. Nasty motherfucker. But anyway, yeah, Bruce has no problem with leaving him with Stacy and his wife knowing that Stacy smokes weed all the time right outside and the kids see it. My son was looking for something in the cabinet, or no, in the living room table, right? Coffee table. And